Friends, you are once again welcome to my YouTube channel Sunjup Astro Science. My name is Dr. SHL. Today I will discuss with you the Kaal-Sarp Yoga or Kaal-Sarp Dosh. What is the impact of this and what are the remedies that we undertake to reduce the impact of Kaal-Sarp Yoga. Friends, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it, share it and like it. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can receive the notification whenever new video is uploaded. Hit the all notifications. So today we discuss about Kaal-Sarp Yoga. Now what is Kaal-Sarp Yoga? Kaal-Sarp Yoga is formed when all the planets in Rahu Ketu axis. This leads to formation of Kaal-Sarp Yoga or Kaal-Sarp Dosh. When all the planets in Rahu Ketu axis, then it makes the formation, that leads to the formation of Kaal-Sarp Yoga. If all the planets in Ketu Rahu, then there is no Kaal-Sarp Yoga. If even one of the planet left outside the Rahu Ketu axis, then there will be no Kaal-Sarp Yoga. So Kaal-Sarp Yoga is formed when all the 7 planets in Rahu Ketu axis, and there is no Kaal-Sarp Yoga when all the planets lie in the Ketu Rahu axis, or either one of the planet is left outside the axis of Rahu Ketu, then there will be no Kaal-Sarp Yoga. Now Kaal-Sarp Yogas are formed, there are different types of Kaal-Sarp Yoga which are formed, depend upon the in which house is Rahu is situated and which house Ketu is situated. So placement of Rahu Ketu in different houses determine what type of Kaal-Sarp Yoga one will have. So there are 12 types of Kaal-Sarp Yoga by the placement of Rahu Ketu, namely Anant, Kulak, Vashuki, Sankhkal, Padam, Mahapadam, Takshak, Karkotak, Sankhchud, Ghatak, Vishdhar and Sheshnag. So these are the 12 yogas found with the placement of Rahu Ketu in different houses. Now we discuss each one of them and also give you the remedy how to reduce the impact of Kaal-Sarp Yoga formed by the placement of Rahu Ketu in different houses in the Kundali. So first of all we discuss about Anant Kaal-Sarp Yoga. When the Rahu in the first house and Ketu in the 7th house, all the planets will fall in the Rahu Ketu axis. So what is the impact of this yoga is, this disturbs the native's personality, gives unhappiness, cause marital discord, remain unfocused and take wrong decision. So this is the impact of if Rahu is placed in first house and Ketu is placed in 7th house and all the planets are in Rahu Ketu axis, then this will affect your personality, happiness, maybe lead to marital discord, may remain unfocused and take wrong decision. So what is the remedy for it? The astrology suggests that if this yoga is there, Anant Kaal-Sarp Yoga is there, by visiting Shri Somnath temple, this Jyoti Lingam is in Shashtra near the Varaval in Gujarat. So go there and have darshan of this lingam, and Kaal-Sarp Yoga will not, the effect of this yoga, Anant Kaal-Sarp Yoga will be minimized. Number 2. Now we talk about number 2. When Rahu is 2nd and Ketu is 8th house, this lead to Kulak Kaal-Sarp Yoga or Dosh. Rahu in 2nd and Ketu in 8th house. So when all the planets lie in between this axis, this will make Kulak Kaal-Sarp Yoga. This yoga is bad for finances because house number 2 is the house of finances. is also speech, poor speech. It's also joint family, loss in joint family, and sometimes sudden or violent death. Fear will be the part of life. So if this type of yoga is formed, Kulik Kaal-Sarp yoga is formed when Rahu in second house and Ketu in eighth house. All the planets lie in the axis of Rahu Ketu. Then Kulik Kurk Kaal-Sarp yoga will be formed. What is the remedy for it? Visiting a Shri Mallikarjun Jyotirlingam temple. This is in Maharashtra. If one pay the homage in this temple, the effect of Kulik Kaal-Sarp yoga will be minimized. Now we talk about the third yoga. When Rahu in third house and Ketu in the ninth house, and all the planets in Rahu Ketu axis, this leads to Vashuki Kaal-Sarp yoga. Vashuki Kaal-Sarp yoga. What is the impact of this? It gives difference with the younger co-borns, because the third house is the house of sibling. Waste of energy, self effort will be wasted. Most works will be struck at the last moment. Difference with the teacher or religious, because ninth house is the house of religion or the religious guru. So if Vashuki Kaal-Sarp yoga is formed by the placement of Rahu in third house, Ketu in the ninth house, and all the planets in Rahu Ketu axis, what are the remedy for it? Visiting Shri Mahakaleshwar Jyotirlingam, which is situated in Jain in Madhya Pradesh. So pay homage at this temple, and there are chances of minimization of this yoga, Vishuddhi Kaal-Sarp yoga, will be minimized. Then we talk about fourth yoga. When Rahu in the fourth house and Ketu in the 10th house, all the planets are in Rahu Ketu axis. This will lead to Shankpal Kaal-Sarp yoga. Shankpal Kaal-Sarp yoga. This will give disappointment in family affairs. Reason being, fourth house is mother and family. Loss of happiness. Fourth house again give the family happiness. Will remain unsettled professionally, because the 10th house is profession. Delay in job, may not get the job in time, and in almost all major activities of life. All major, when you have no employment, no family happiness, then all sphere of life will be affected. So what are the remedy for it? Visiting Shri Omkareshwar Jyotirlingam, which is situated in Madhya Pradesh. If you visit this temple, pay your homage in this temple and Jyotirlingam, the chances of Shankpal Kaal-Sarp yoga will be minimized. Now we talk about fifth Sarp yoga, which is called Padam Kaal-Sarp yoga. When Rahu in the fifth house and Ketu in the 11th house, and all the planets in Rahu Ketu axis, this leads to the formation of Padam Kaal-Sarp yoga. The fifth house is the house of children and education, and 11th house is the multiplier of your income. So native will be illogical, poor memory, unhappiness due to children, source of income will be reduced, face problem in the rise of profession and income. So 11th house give the rise in income, 10th house is the fifth house, the house of children and education, that those quarter will be affected. So what is the remedy for it? Visiting a Shri Kedarnath Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Uttarakhand. If you pay the homage in Kedarnath Jyotirlingam temple, then chances of bad effect of Padam Kaal-Sarp yoga will be minimized. Now we talk about sixth Kaal-Sarp yoga. When Rahu in the sixth house and Ketu in the 12th house, and all planets in Rahu Ketu axis, this will lead to Mahapadam Kaal-Sarp yoga, or Mahapadam Kaal-Sarp Dosh, we can say. So what is the effect of it? Sixth house is the house of your health. So this impacts the health, and your enemies will rise. Person will lose in court cases. Due to disease, he will remain hospitalized, and wastage of expenses, because the house 12th house also expenses, so there is wastage of money also. What is the remedy for it? Visiting Shri Vimeshwar Vishnu Shankara Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Maharashtra near Pune, will reduce the effect of Mahapadam Kaal-Sarp yoga. Now we talk about seventh yoga, which is called Takshak Kaal-Sarp yoga, which is found when Rahu in the seventh house and Ketu in the Lagna in the first house, and all planets lie in the axis of Rahu Ketu. This will form the Takshak Kaal-Sarp yoga. This gives multiple infinity complexes, low confidence, difference with spouse or business partner, loss in all joint ventures. Reason being, the seventh house, the house of joint ventures, partnership. If Ketu is placed, Rahu is placed in seventh house will be afflicted. And Ketu in the first house, it means Ketu has no brain, so it will give multiple infinity complex to the person. When Ketu is placed in the first house, and it will give lot of trouble with the joint ventures if Rahu is placed in the seventh house. Now we talk about remedy for the Shak Kaal-Sarp yoga. So if one visit the Shri Nageshwar Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Gujarat near Vadodara, then the effect of the Shak Kaal-Sarp yoga will be minimized. Now we talk about eighth Kaal-Sarp yoga. When Rahu in the eighth house and Ketu in the second house, this leads to the Karkotak Kaal-Sarp yoga. Karkotak Kaal-Sarp yoga, and all the planets are in Rahu Ketu axis. What is the impact of this yoga, Karkotak Kaal-Sarp yoga? Person will remain irritated, suffer from their friends and relatives, sometimes will be affected by evil spirits, because the eighth house is house of permanent loss. If Rahu is there, then it will affect the longevity of the person also. And Ketu in the second house, it is the house of joint family, so family relation will also be impacted badly by this Karkotak Kaal-Sarp yoga. So what is the remedy for it? Visiting Shri Meshram Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Tamil Nadu. So pay homage in the Shri Meshram Jyotirlingam temple, that will reduce the impact of Karkotak Kaal-Sarp yoga. Now we talk about ninth Kaal-Sarp yoga. When Rahu in the ninth house and Ketu in the third house, all planets are on the Rahu Ketu axis. This leads to the formation of Shankhchud Kaal-Sarp yoga. Shankhchud Kaal-Sarp yoga. So if this is the yoga in your Kundali, these native are lazy and poor in their actions. It affect all prominent changes in religion can also be predictive. One can change the religion also. If Rahu in the ninth house, one can change the religion from Hindu to Sikh, Sikh to Hindu, and to any religion one can go. And obstacles in the all at the last moment, all your ventures. Ninth house is now ninth house is of Jupiter, so it will naturally affect your guru or religion. Ketu in third house, it means your sibling, your brother and sisters will not cooperate with you. So what is the remedy for it? Visiting Shri Garneshwar Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Maharashtra, will reduce the effect of Shankhchud Kaal-Sarp yoga. Now we discuss 10th Kaal-Sarp yoga, which is found when Rahu in the 10th house and Ketu in the 4th house, and all planets lie in the Rahu Ketu axis. This leads to the formation of Ghatak Kaal-Sarp yoga. What is the impact of Ghatak Kaal-Sarp yoga? This is one of the dangerous Kaal-Sarp yoga. Native will have difference with the family members, because the fourth house is the house of the family, will remain irritated. In the professional life will remain careless. Due to this, the growth is not possible. Person will face bad name also, because the 10th house is the house of profession. He will not good income from his profession, or he may not progress in his profession. Rahu in the 10th house will affect the profession of the person, and fourth house, house of the family, that will affect the relationship with the family. So what is the remedy for it?
Impact can be minimized by paying homage at Shri Trambakeshwar Jyotirlingam temple situated in Nasik in Maharashtra.
Now 11th yoga is formed when Rahu in the 11th house and Ketu in the 5th house and all planet in Rahu Ketu axis. This will lead to the Vishtar Kaal-Sarp yoga. This is called when Rahu in the 11th house and Ketu in the 5th house. This will lead to the formation of Vishtar Kaal-Sarp yoga. What is the effect of this yoga? These natives will not satisfy from their progeny and remain irritated due to natives' fault, and source of income will be reduced and desire will not be fulfilled. Because the 11th house, the house of desires or income, that will affected badly due to the placement of Rahu. 5th house, house of your progeny, children, that will not perform according to one's expectations and they will remain frustrated. So what are the remedy for it? Visiting to Shri Vidyanathan Jyotirlingam temple, which is situated in Deoghar in Jharkhand, will reduce the bad impact of Vishtar Kaal-Sarp yoga. Last one is the yoga is found when Rahu in the 12th house and Ketu in the 6th house. All planets lie in the Rahu Ketu axis. This will lead to the formation of Sheshnag Kaal-Sarp yoga. So if this yoga is present in one's kundali, these native will face multiple health problems. Sixth house of your health, wasteful expenses, 12th house of expenses. Due to unavoidable reason, they have to leave their family because the 12th house, the house of foreign, one may move to some foreign country and leaving family in their native country. So if Rahu, Ketu or Jupiter have any connection with 12th house, person will move to the foreign country in the Antardasha or Mahadasha of these planets. What is the remedy for it? Visiting the Shri Kashi Vishwanatha Jyotirlingam temple, and this will reduce the impact of this yoga, Sheshnag Kaal-Sarp yoga. So how it will affect? When their impact will be more prominent. Kalsar yoga affect only prominently when Mahadasha is of Rahu or Ketu. Nothing to worry when there is a Mahadasha or Rahu and Ketu, then only affect the life, otherwise you are quite safe. Antardasha also, if there is Antardasha or Rahu Ketu, then one can be affected by these yogas depending on the placement of Rahu and Ketu. If one of the planet outside the Rahu Ketu axis, this will lead to cancellation of Kaal-Sarp yoga. So what is the remedies already discussed? One can regularly visit the Lord Shiva temple and offering little milk on Shivling. Visiting to the Lord Paro temple, lighting four-faced lamp by using mustard or sesame or seed oil, that will also help to reduce the effect of these Kaal-Sarp yogas. Then visiting the different Jyotirlingam also reduce the impact of these yogas. Donating Nagan made of silver on Shivling also reduce the impact of these Kaal-Sarp yogas. Donating milk to the snake, that is also useful, and riding the elephant will reduce the impact of these Kaal-Sarp yogas. Most importantly, if you meditate daily on any name of God, nothing will affect you. That will reduce the effect of all the Kaal-Sarp yogas. I hope you like this information. If you like the information, kindly like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Thanks once again.